9th of February 2017. My name is Piotr. Welcome in our land of trading. FX Live trading room. Quick risk warning, guys. Please bear in mind trading FX on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment. So please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education and gain experience before risking real money. However, the past performance doesn't guarantee future results. All right, so we are done here. Guys, after our meeting yesterday on Twitter, I sent out two things, two buying opportunities, both on dollar, so there was a smaller risk I took. Here is a dollar yen, and on this hunt here, I took just a second ago. As I mentioned on the chat, I took some money off the table, all right? And thank you very much for your trust, because looks like we are growing. So for all new faces in the room today, just briefly, guys, first important thing, we are not signal service. We are not FX signal service. What we're trying to do, we are trying to share the knowledge. All right? Means the same as we discussed yesterday, but as I can see, there are many new people today. Thank you. As I explained yesterday, when we had a discussion yesterday about the trend lines, about how we drew the trend lines, right? We agreed, all in the room, we agreed that it doesn't matter if we are gonna to put 20 different traders in the room and we are gonna to give them the same chart. They are gonna to there is a huge probability that they are gonna to draw 20 different trend lines on the same chart. All right. So the same with partial profit taking. I took partial profit taking. It's 2 times risk, more or less. And you don't have to follow me, right? It means that if you feel that we are going to go higher, or if you do your own homework and you see the possibility that we can go higher, that's how you manage your position. How should you manage your position, right? Also, within the chat window for the new guys, you may try to guess what different colors means, right? It's not a rainbow, all right? It's not a rainbow. So the first YouTube link will redirect you to the short video with description what it's all about, because different colors are related to different time frames, and you will be able to find the explanation. And the second link will redirect you to the basic stuff related to risk, right? Because I'm sick when I see some instruction that traders should take 2%, 5% risk on trade on FX. Simply, I'm sick. When I started FX 15 years ago, I did it many times. And I've been in a deep hole. There is no way in the long run to earn the money to stay on the market because of this volatility. And if you want to trade with tight stops, there is no way to risk 2, 3, 5, come on, even 1%. So that's the reason many times You are gonna to see me when I'm sending something on Twitter. You are gonna to see that I'm risking 0.15, 0.20, 0.25. I do understand that not everyone is gonna be able, based on this kind of the risk, not everyone is gonna be able to trade because of the small account, and not every FX broker has a possibility to trade micro lots and stuff like this. All right, I do understand, but then make a paper trade. Train yourself. All right. Goodies. I do have dollar Swiss franc as well, but here I would like to see, we are gonna to discuss it within the second. I would like to see the what's going to happen around the parity, but we are gonna to discuss dollar Swiss franc within the second. And we do have Euro Aussie. Yesterday intraday trade, we discussed it, right? Went well, but also we as a land of trading, we do have medium-term long position as well. So more or less around the entry, few pips, few ticks below the entry. All right. Now, guys, if there are any questions related to our yesterday meeting, if there is anything I should I don't know, explain. No. Okay. So we discussed yesterday. We discussed that euro dollar. What those guys are doing for the last few days. It's a European session down, and we are about 7 minutes to go in Europe. Then US, they're going higher. Then Tokyo is more or less like preparing to go lower, right? And that's the story today, again. The situation has changed a bit yesterday. The situation has changed a bit yesterday after the US auction. Dollar get beat, and it was especially visible on dollar yen, so it was quite good for us. Okay. So let's start with dollar, with euro dollar. Actually, we have the dollar Swiss franc long, so it's a like mirror of the euro dollar, opposite mirror to the euro dollar. Anyway, I'm gonna bring another platform here, as I did yesterday. So that's the daily demand zone. Still, there is no change. Okay, the only change what happened yesterday? I'm gonna to go lower within the few seconds, but let's start with daily chart. All right. So remember our discussion yesterday. I've mentioned that I missed the trade. On Tuesday, on the break of this Monday low. All right. Looks like yesterday market gave us another opportunity, but during our live trading room I've mentioned that I don't want to take the euro dollar short because of what I noticed for the last few days, that during the US session euro dollar is going a bit higher, right? So anyway, we are within daily demand zone, right? But we were not able yesterday, even we were trying, or bulls were trying hardly to go higher, we were not able to close above 107.10, right? We had a discussion about the possible long trade. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna switch to the platform here. Where it was. Geez, where it was. It was 5-minute chart. Okay, it was 5-minute chart most probably. Oh, right. So we had a discussion here yesterday about this possible squeeze trade, but what we missed here was another pullback, right? So we were looking to buy with 697.10 possible target, but right after our meeting they immediately went higher and we were not able to trade it, right? So today, right now, or during the different way, during the Tokyo session, what they did, they created the channel, all right, and from the 107, 106.90, 107.10 intraday supply zone, they created the channel, they went lower towards this intraday demand level. So now we know what's the drill, guys. Just a reminder, that's the 5-minute chart, so be careful. There is no need to be in rush to trade it, right? So what we have intraday, we have very tight range right now. To the upside, there is still from yesterday 690, 710. All right. And the downside, the first one is again something around 106.60. Down to yesterday low towards 106.40. Okay. So let's get back to 30-minute charts. Let's clean the 5-minute descriptions here. All right. So we know that on daily chart we are within the demand zone. All right. We know what's the drill on a lower time frame. So let's try to finish the stuff here on 30-minute chart. That's what I showed you a few minutes ago on 5-minute chart. So let's have it on so now plan A, plan for bulls. If you are a bull and you do think that there is a chance we are going to see higher prices on euro dollar, right? So taking into the consideration, okay, we have to remember about the low around 106, and then again about 580, 1610, 580. In the meantime, we are 650, 660, 640 as discussed before as well. So if you are a bull, what you are looking at is this kind of the price action here within the channel. Maybe false break first, return to this demand, intraday demand, and you are looking for conservative entry. You are looking for conservative entry to the upside. So you want to see, in my opinion, you want to see continuation within this channel on 30-minute chart to the downside, maybe with attempt to the break, but the first one is going to be false one, return down to test this demand, and another break. That should be conservative entry with very tight stop and targeting second point, right? Just for new guys, when we are in a way that we can put the line, we need the or channel, whatever, we need at least 2 points, right? And once the price is traveling somewhere, once we are seeing the break, there is a possibility. It's not a rule. It's not a rule. It's not crystal ball that we are gonna to get there every time. But there is a possibility that once we are break out of the channel, once we are break the line, we are gonna to test the second touch, the point we were able to create the line, to place the line, all right? So here within the channel here, once we are going to break that channel, that's the point number 1, that's the point number 2, and we were able to put the upper line of the channel. So that's the chance we are going to test 690, right? All you have to check, if you are a bull and you are going to follow the plan, all you have to check if the conservative entry, if the distance between the entry and the stop, and then between the entry and target, is going to be like 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio. If yes, that could be the green light. To go long. Okay. I would say that below this zone here, so below 10610, below 16, the close below that zone, and the bulls are gonna be in trouble. All right, bulls are gonna be in trouble. Also, we have to remember that the bottom of this daily demand on euro dollar is around 620. Okay, so we have attempt to break right now. We'll see what's going to happen. So that's the plan for bull. Maybe that's the false break we were discussing, right? Maybe we are going to get back into the channel. Lower and bam. That could be the case as well. So that's what bulls are looking for. Now, bears. Now, bears. What we are looking for. That's the zone. That's the zone we were discussing yesterday. That's the level we have to be aware of. All right. And we can support our view with this bigger trend line. So, if you are a bear and you don't have long dollar Swiss franc, you are eventually looking for a false break of this trend line to short towards 660, 650 as a first target. And there are two possibilities. You are either selling around this yellow supply zone, intraday supply zone, but you have to remember that the zone been tested, so maybe not many orders left here. All right? So it's a possibility we are gonna to hunt for some stops here. So the most dangerous thing is, but it could be the most profitable trade, to sell within that zone. Another option, if we are gonna to see the false break, you may want to wait for move back under the trend line, retest the trend line, and short it. But in that case, most probably, you are not gonna get 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio, because you have to remember that your first target is here. So if you are gonna to sell here with the stop above the attempt to break the trend line, that it's not gonna be 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio. So you have to be careful here. And the last thing, here, you may want to switch, let's say, to 1 minute chart. Okay? That's the 1 minute chart. We had a rally. We hit the trend line. Small pullback. So we are looking for eventually double top formation within this, on the 1 minute chart, right? Or maybe a little bit higher level. Then we taking into the consideration the high here based on the close. Right? And once we are above and moving back, you are looking for aggressive short with very tight stop, targeting 106.60, 106.50 as a first target. Then you can manage your position, right? Then you can try to get more if you believe we are gonna to retest 106.20, 106, for example, or even 580. All right, but you wanna see the attempt to go higher. You wanna see some kind of the M formation, mother formation. But that's the most aggressive approach. Going lower to 1 minute time frame. The second option, because we have to remember that we are still within we are still within the demand based on daily chart. That's what we have to remember about. Okay. So, as always, we are trying to think a bit out of the box. We may have another attempt to go higher within the 1, 2, 3 formation, or within the possible creation of the potential. Oh, that's better. Wait. Yeah, we went lower here. Lower low, higher. Yeah, looks like this one was good. Within the possible, let's call it megaphone formation. All right. So we may try to take out some stops, and we may, on 1 minute chart, for example, we may create some kind of the head and shoulders within the intraday supply, or we may even try to take out this supply. That way, or by creating another supply. That's possible because we are within daily demand. Okay? That's possible because we are within daily demand. So if you are a seller, patient is your name of the game. Okay? So that's what we are looking for on euro dollar. Questions? No questions. No questions. No questions. All right. Yeah, looks like the partial profit taking on dollar yen, that was a good idea. As for now, looks like it just stopped hunting. What we have to remember, we spent some time yesterday with dollar yen. We spent some time with dollar yen yesterday, analyzing the dollar yen, right? We're trying to run away from the possible wedge, but still we have to take out. Let's try to narrow it. Here, from here. Right now, we may see attempt to retest the broken trend line, but again, guys, no rush to add, to do anything else. If you took partial profit, then we want to see retest of the trend line, and we want to see the market is taking out 112.50, 112.70. Jeez, 1 second. Okay. So, partial profit taking because of the stop count here, intraday stop count here. All right. Now, possible retest of this trend line, and we have to hold this possible demand. So let me show you. If we are correct with this breakout, right? There is a possibility market will decide to retest, to check the demand. In my opinion, that's the possible demand, because from here, on this 30-minute chart, from here, we went higher above the trend line. There was possible demand, but we didn't take out the trend line. We get back to test this demand, right? So looks like consumption took place here, and from this cluster, market decided to go higher above the trend line. First retest. I think we are gonna to get this retest, and we are gonna to have the confluence trend line and demand. So that's the place where you can, if you are a long and you took partial profit, you may rebuild your position on a pullback. You may try to go long if you are flat. All right? Okay? So that's the bull's approach. And don't forget what we were discussing yesterday. Please don't forget what we were discussing yesterday. As you can see, this green big zone, we are still within demand zone. I should correct it. That's what we did yesterday. We are still within huge demand zone. Okay? Now, that's the plan for bulls. Let me check if I have yesterday plan for bears somewhere, because we discussed. Yeah, that's the zone. What we discussed yesterday, this 112.60, 112.75 possible supply zone. So that's where we have to be aware as a bulls, and that's where the bears may try to take over. Okay? And if you are a bear, you clearly see that the distance between the stop and the distance between the entry to the first target is well above 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio. Of course, it doesn't mean that you have to trade it automatically on the short side. No, not at all. But in case you are a bear, in case you are looking for selling dollar yen, that might be the good place, and the risk-reward ratio is gonna be in your favor. But again, you are trading against this huge demand zone on daily, but you are trading, remember guys, we were discussing this yesterday, you are trading with the direction of the breakdown of this range on a retest, right? So that's the plan for bears. So we have a plan for bulls, we have a plan for bears. So we discussed euro dollar, we discussed dollar yen. So I do think that's enough from recording perspective. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna to stop recording right now,